All right, this is take two.
Check.
Oh, no, again.
What up, y'all? It's the New York City Nobodies with your host, Ed Gritty Cheese, Mr. 420 himself, Dr. Green Thumb, aka Felix Palao,
Year was good,
and
everybody.
Cesar Hernandez, aka Night Bukele in the flesh.
Yo, as the
Bitcoin for everybody.
Bitcoin for everybody, dude. Sees, man. I mean, you really are developing Bukele-like traits over there. I mean, I have to say, hit him with the profile one time.
Nah, this is how Caesar's gonna pull up to the next home
Jesus
game.
Christ. Listen, maybe we share some DNA,
You know, some. I
but
mean,
Caesar's gonna be
it's
catch him at 106 at City
could
May
possibly
3rd.
share some DNA.
May 4th, Caesar will be just like that.
pull
Remember, if
up.
you act up, don't act up.
Don't act up, man. That's where you're gonna end up. And say, what is it called? CCOT? You out there,
Apparently.
bro.
Uh, uh, uh.
You know what I mean? So, gentlemen, oh my God. Woo!
What a weekend it's been, huh?
What
How
a
about
weekend
those
it was.
fucking Knicks last night, huh?
Oh man, they broke my heart last night. You know something? I kind of knew that Detroit was going to come out swinging last night. I mean, there was no the way they made themselves look in game one. I mean, the Knicks going on a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter. Come on, they were looking for some revenge on that one. I feel that
Yeah,
Plus 8 miles.
yeah, they feel like they should be up 2-0 in that series right now instead of 1-1. So I think Detroit came out with some edge, and but. I feel confident going into Detroit. We've won over there. I mean, what, once or twice this season already? So I'm confident going into that building and that, we're gonna at least take one or two games out there. It's gonna, be interesting. Knicks in
yeah. The
five.
Knicks reminded me a little bit of NYCFC yesterday.
Hmm.
Getting locked out defensively and not being clutch offensively. So,
Yeah,
but I mean, the Knicks should wrap this up. Yeah, at five. Oh, should be five, hopefully.
yeah, definitely. Other than that, it was 420 weekend, y'all. I mean, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Not much 419, but 420
Yeah,
was it.
419 was rough, but 420 was a bit
I had to
better.
recover the best way possible after 419.
Yeah, I got to flip my plants over into flour that day ceremoniously. So, 420 was pretty busy around here. So
Jesus came rose from the dead to
he is
smoke some
risen, y'all. He
fucking
is
And by
risen.
reefer.
Jesus, does anybody?
Amen.
Smoke some reefer.
You
You
know what I
heard
mean?
that, Doñas? God smokes weed.
So definitely. So gentlemen, let's just say it. I'm really gonna put this mildly. I mean, it was lackluster, lackluster performance on Saturday, guys.
Oh man, we gotta talk about this fucking
I
game,
mean, we
bro.
got.
What
This is
talk
what the people
about,
want.
bro?
This is what we're here for,
Talk
right?
about.
You
I
know,
mean, I
we
alluded to it earlier. I mean, we were. I mean, I shouldn't
We can't just
defend
talk
the Knicks
about
that much, but we were
2021 the
similar to the
whole
Knicks.
time.
No, we can't talk about 2020, even though
We
we got,
can't
we
can't
you
talk
know,
about Portland the whole time. That's it.
no, we can't, we can't do that. But we got
Yeah,
to
we got
talk
to move
about
on
the
to.
game, and I
We got to move on.
understand those are great memories, but we
Tati
have to.
isn't here anymore.
Nah, he's not, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry,
Bro.
bro. Sorry to break your heart, man. And him missing
Bro.
a crucial penalty this past week. I
We
mean,
we we
But
still
listen,
got
but
Santi.
listen. I tell people he missed the penalty, but what did he do for 120 minutes? He played the whole game,
yeah,
and he scored the first goal. And not only the first goal, he scored it like Bear did in 2019.
that is
That
true.
threw through the keeper's legs.
It was a pretty sweet one, man. I
Do
mean,
we still
So it
have
was
shouts to
yeah.
Tati. What
Shout out
happened?
to our boy.
do we still have Santi?
Nah, bro, you wildin', bro. Like
Bro,
we,
that's
there are
crazy,
David Lee,
bro.
shouts to you, sold our best
Wait,
midfielder
are you telling
2 days before this, no, 2 weeks before the season started, or 2 days, whatever, right before the season started.
hold up.
Nico, we don't got
Couldn't
Joe
be us.
Inga Burgett anymore,
Am
bro.
Nah,
I
bro,
hearing this
we
correctly?
don't have Yo Inga Burgett, guys.
Are you telling me
George John,
that
rest in peace.
our front office sold all of our best players and then didn't replace them?
You heard that correctly, sir.
God damn, ain't that a motherfucker?
Oh man, oh guys. I mean,
Let me push this, even though no one can hear it.
oh man, guys, sorry for the technical difficulties once again. Our soundboard's not working.
And this is growing pains, but we try. Unlike
You're just gonna have to imagine
unlike
sound
David
effects at this
Lee,
place, guys.
we try. We tried out here, guys, but it's tough.
Guys. All right, so guys, as you know, 419, we took on the New England Revolution. It was in a New England away. Shouts to everybody who did travel up there. In retrospect, I'm happy I didn't go. We had 2 goals scored by the New England Revolution in the first, one in the first half by,
Won by your boy.
oh my God. Why did he, something? His first one of the season, guys. Why do you have to be against us, right? And
Give
Gonago,
the first one season for everyone.
yeah, dude, it's crazy, right? And then Gonago scores in the
Time playing
48th.
them.
He assisted the first one.
Isn't this our second time playing them already?
Yes, it is. We played them 3 weeks ago at home.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, this is probably the game that I saw us get outplayed,
Yes,
outclassed, especially defensively. They ate. Offensively, we had no chance.
none at
They
all.
ate us up. Alonso Martinez was on an island by himself, locked up in a cage,
Hmm.
literally.
No matter what he tried to do, he would try to run in behind defenders. He tried to make alternate runs. Nothing was working. Plus, New England was pressing. New England kind of they know what the book is against any NYCFC team. Play the press. These guys were pressing, pressing, pressing. Not only that, they didn't care or not if they really didn't care if they had the ball or not.
So, Caleb Porter, aka the guy who got dunked on and lost 2021 MLS Cup final,
Hmm.
had enough of us and said, "You know what? I know how you play. I've lost to you enough. Fuck
Yeah,
you." So yeah, credit first of all, just credit to everyone who traveled out. It was great seeing a lot of
definitely.
familiar faces. I'll say a good, definitely more than 100 people showed up. Probably between like 1 to 1:30.
Yeah,
Of course, big occasion, a weekend it was. Good weather we had over there. The performance,
right.
definitely not the best.
Yeah.
And the first thing I want to point out for the lineup that we played, right? It was very offensive. You know, um, what was it? Janssen had mentioned before that he wanted to experiment and put Wolf as an attacking midfielder.
Hmm.
Well, we saw that because it was literally Wolf, Maxi, and Johnny Shore in the middle.
Yeah. So
And then,
basically,
yeah,
if you guys allow me, I'll go through the starting 11 so we know who the heck is
yep,
on the
go
field for
ahead.
this debacle. In goal. Oh man, I hate when this guy gets scored on. Matty Rees. Our back line, we had Micha Ilinic out on the wing. We had Thiago Martins and Justin Hacken as our center backs. Kevin O'Toole was playing the other wing back. In our midfield, we had Maxi Morales. We had Johnny Shaw in the middle. We had Hannes Wolf in that role that Cedar just mentioned. Up front, we had Munsif Bakrar, we had Alonso Martinez, and we had Trapido Ojeda, who I think did not have his best game in
And
NYCFC.
that's what I wanted to mention is that not only are we playing Wolf in the middle, but we're playing Makrar on the wing.
Yes.
That we really went on full on attack, and New England saw that and said, "Bet you have no balance in the midfield. Well, let's do
Hmm.
something about that." And they
Yep.
did something about that.
Yeah, they really locked us up in that midfield. And there was so many times in which, even though we did have possession, guys, I mean, we touched that ball 55. We were what? What was our possession? 55 percent of the ball? I mean,
Yeah,
guys,
probably, but that's typical of
well,
us.
let's get the facts right. I mean, we had the ball 58% of the time. Possession is no good if you're not doing anything with it, guys. So they let us have the ball, but they said, you know what, we're going to trap you in. And exactly as you described it, Caesar, it was lockdown city on Alonso Martinez.
Yep, and it's so baffling because it's like, well, I don't know, you can only do so much, right? But why not? I don't know. Why not give Bakrar a shout? Maybe play next to Martinez. I mean, I don't know how he would want to play it, but again, that goes down to having really just no midfielders, where you can't play a different formation to possibly have two up top.
Hmm.
So Bakrar, he tries his best on the wing, but he's not a winger. You know,
Yeah,
and again, Ojeda is very similar to Bakrar, has very similar qualities. So then, you're much more predictable. You're playing the same way at both sides, you know, on the wings. So, and then Wolf, you can barely even see him because Moxie was the one that was trying to get the ball distributed and everything, and then Wolf was just didn't know where to be. And then
exactly.
and a lot of people, and I heard a lot of people I saw it on social media, were saying that Maxie's time is kind of showing, his age is kind of showing. But again, that's what you get when you play him in a role much deeper on the field where you have to touch the ball, you have to run, you have to tackle. And well, listen, he's doing the most he can, but
Not
he's
only
gonna
that,
have
but
to
that's
have
what
a
happens when you sell your best player right before the season starts. One of the best creative midfielders in the league. That's what you
I
get for
mean, but
killing
listen,
him.
guys, we can beat a dead horse all we want. We got the cash we needed, and then we're in this predicament. I tell people if the best we can do is sell him for that money. If not, not sell him and not know we'll ever get that money for him. So
Yeah.
we're here, we're now. That bridge is passed. Now all we can do is listen to any rumors or whatever is can possibly happen in the summer.
Yeah, so I mean, the most disappointing part of this game for me was getting punched first. I mean, we've seen it before, guys. It was just a crazy sequence of events. Ganago gets a pass, to Leo Campana, who's making a run, mind you, all by himself, three defenders on the ground. Campana takes the most god awful of shots, but hits Justin Hack, deflects off of him, and it goes in for the one zip. So, um, why
Unlucky.
why do we have three defenders on the floor like that?
No, but I would say that goal is unlucky. And a lot of times I've said, listen, we've gotten unlucky, like LA, we've gotten unlucky with the own goals, deflections, but this game was lost
Yeah,
in the first half. It's not that that goal cost us and we lost because of an unlucky goal. No, we just got outplayed. And you
right.
can, I mean, the stats say it themselves. And then listen, you make your luck, and Campana did.
Yeah, so he was the one, the right man at the right time. So, what else can be said? And then, I'm thinking to myself, we go down halftime. All right, guys. I mean, second half, make some subs, try to get back into this thing. I'm hoping, I was at home watching the game with Evie and I'm just telling her like, hey, I just hope, we make the right subs and, we just get back into this game. Shots to Evie, by the way. And, it's, I was expecting a lot more in the second half. I mean, how did you guys see it?
There was nothing to be excited about. There was no creativity. There was no movement. It's sad, bro. It's really, there's no way to put it other than it's sad that David Lee has allowed the team to get to this point. Like you're
Yeah.
running Maxi into the ground. The poor guy, bro. After all he's done for this franchise, it's embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. He has to run up and down the pitch,
Yeah.
almost at 40 years old, carrying the whole team on his shoulders. And the team that asked him to come back and said that they would help him compete for a title betrayed him and didn't do anything to help him. So it's a disgrace. I know, like Caesar said, is being a dead horse, but we're just calling it what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Really,
the
for,
team is
it's,
depleted, and we have good players, but they're human, bro. Like you're expecting them to basically play near perfect footy every time they step on the pitch, and it's just not realistic. It's not possible. You're
And
asking them
stay
to
healthy too.
yeah. And if you
you're
look
asking
at
them to
it
overachieve
really,
every fucking game is not possible. Like
exactly. You can't expect it. You can't
common
expect 10 out of 10.
sense. Unless your name is David Lee, then all of a sudden this is rocket science. But everyone can see it.
Yeah.
And if we could see it, that means the other team can see it. The scouting department is seeing it. They can see that we got more holes than Swiss cheese, and it is what it is. Like the
Yeah.
team, the team allowed it to be this way, so we just have to deal with what it is.
And one thing,
So,
one thing that just stood out to me, look, when you look at how, New England lined up, they lined up in the 3-5-2.
oh, the
They
midfield,
knew,
five in the midfield.
they knew that they had to set
Yeah,
that trap.
yeah.
So there was no answer for that. The one way you could say you can answer that is with a very physical, defensive midfielder. I mean, Johnny Short shot to the kid, but had another great game, by the way. In my opinion, did well, under the circumstances. But the kid's only as big as he is, and he's developing in his role, so he can only do so much. So
Um, yeah, what I was gonna mention is, well, now of course we all know it, we all see it, the lack of depth, how many we need more resources to compete, if we're gonna be a serious team. But now even the coach is alluding to the problem,
yes.
and now I like that because now that puts pressure on the FO to do something about it,
Hmm.
you know. And I mean, he said it eloquently and he said it the way it is. And basically, that we have a pool of growing players, players that are talented and some that are still developing, but we need more, you know?
And there's nothing wrong with saying that if it's the truth.
And what the only thing I hope and I cross my fingers 2 months or so until the window opens is that we kind of have the form we did in the first 5 or so games.
Yeah.
I'll say before the 60th minute of Atlanta since we started the season, we were pretty solid.
Hmm.
We tried the best, and I think we've done our best. It was good to see. It was good to see Tavon back. So I think that's something that we have to highlight as something very important that we
Yes,
have them. I think the two talented players that really helped us out. But
exactly.
again, it's how help today, and I hope we have to turn the tide in Toronto. I understand, you know, they also are hurting, and we trust Janssen to get it in their hearts and their heads, when we should be waking up. But again, in these situations when you are very limited in tools, you couldn't respond in the second half in New England. We were
Exactly.
playing the same way you can't because we have nothing else to work with.
Exactly. So I really feel like there's a problem in our team form. I mean, we go back to the last five. We tied against Columbus, lost that heartbreaker against Atlanta, lost another one against Minnesota United. We beat Philly
Barely.
barely, but we beat Philly. And lost to New England. So guys, I think there's a bit of there's a lot of inconsistencies going on here and what we're doing, and right now we are mired in a bit of a rut of form. So I mean, the only way we can do this right now is just playing our way out of it. And this is what we're the circumstances that we are putting ourselves in right now. Right, we're in 10th place right now, and 10th place in the East. We haven't lost any ground, because the Red Bulls did lose. So fuck the Red Bulls. Shouts to
Your
DC.
excuse, I have no clue.
That
So
goal that DC scored was fucking crazy.
that was a banger too. So that's the whole thing. I mean, we still are remaining consistent, but we are consistently bad. And I
Just
mean,
way or another.
is there any other way we can put it right now? I mean, our form is our form right now, and our performance is our performance. I just felt like although we did make a lot of really good substitutions in the second half, like Bukele had alluded to, like really we got you
Jesus Christ.
shouts to
You
Bukele,
guys are making
bro.
that roll. I love it.
Bro, so I mean, like you said, we got Tavon back. Shouts to the homie. We're slowly and surely getting guys back, and Julian Fernandez also comes in, and we're trying. I mean, he tried something, and to me, it was just what we know. Something's not working here, and I think it's just
You know what's
depth.
popping up in my head? Like, just imagine having someone like Perea, someone like, I love defensive midfielders who are nitty gritty, athletic,
Yes.
who can play by themselves in a hole in a number six, or can play two with
Mm-hmm.
two. If you're playing two defensive midfielders,
Mm-hmm.
we need that because we have so much creativity offensively. Offensively, we have a lot of creative players,
Mm-hmm.
but they cannot play their game. They can't
Yeah.
play the game because they got to track back and defend. And why? Because they have to make up for ground. And well, listen, yeah, we're gonna back and forth about this, but again, like once if you see like someone like let's say Fernandez, someone like Maxi who's struggling, just know why. I have to tell people just know why. It's not the person, the player individually, but if they got to play in a system where they have to do things that are not in their nature,
Yeah.
that is not their forte, then things like that happen,
Yeah.
and
So I
that's what
mean,
happened to Fernandez.
yeah, so also it was just I forgot to mention good to get Andreas Pereira back. Came in for Johnny Shore in the 62nd. It was good. And I finally think that once he incorporated Keaton into the game and get him into the middle, we started seeing a bit more stability, but fortunately wasn't enough to turn the tide in this one and get the victory. So
I have a question for you boys.
what's up?
Do you think the way that Johnson lined up for this game was a bit too risky? Do you think he dropped the ball on it? Because honestly, knowing that they're playing five in the middle and you're playing Wolf and Maxi in the middle, I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. What do you guys think?
I mean, what else is he supposed to do? He's got to throw everything at it with the kitchen sink. The only
Yeah,
way we have a shot, we have to pick up as many points as possible, bro. Us dropping points, dropping points can end up fucking us, bro.
Yeah, no,
When
but
it's
that's
time for the playoffs. I mean, bro, NYCFC had 16 shots. How many of them were on goal? Oof. I don't know. It doesn't say it on the app.
Probably not much from what I saw at the
But
game.
yeah, bro, like that's brutal. Like
So me personally, when I saw that we lined up, we're doing the 4-3-3 out here. I mean, it's I knew it was risky because now you're expected to send six guys into the offensive part of the field, right? Knowing that they're lined up and they're going to at least defend with at least five guys going, in that side. So we just could not get over that block. That to me was the absolute hardest time we had that night. Was we couldn't get up there, we
That's
couldn't get through their block. Anything we're playing over the top was our guys were just too small to get physical. And that's how, like I said earlier, Alonso Martinez was trying to make runs in, places that he was
we're
really
not
getting
letting him.
clogged up in. And to me, it was a huge risk to, to line up like this. I mean, if we go back to our normal formation, I think we would have really taken care of this game because we then would have been able to match up numbers in the midfield a bit better.
I think it was a telltale sign, like you said, when Keaton came on, and you can see the switch of the
Exactly.
tempo offensively, and listen, that's balance. And I understand Nico. Like I think you guys had mentioned a few weeks back about like playing Carrizo or someone to replace Maxi. I think that's what
Hmm.
he wants with Wolf. But this is just not the way you implement another, center attack, like another attacking midfielder. You're not going to put it in the way where Johnny Shore's not physical. You know that you're playing someone like Wolf and Maxi, who are offensive minded players, and you're asking one of them to at least help defensively where they really aren't, that's not their nature. I don't know what he was thinking. I admire that he's trying to change it up. I just don't think this was the time, you know?
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point, dude. I mean, where's Maximo Carrizo? You guys, we are hearing so many things. I mean, I'm sick of hearing the hype about the kid. I want to see him perform on this starting 11.
I
I'm
would
not asking
say
for a start. I am asking for, a decent
some
chunk of
minutes.
something because this is ridiculous already. You got this kid who is supposed to be the truth. He's supposed to be our Jalen Brunson, okay? I'm sorry, man. I mean, we need a player like this.
Well, Jalen Brunson, I think, listen, as much as I love
Listen. I mean,
on the mic, I would
this
drop it.
the youth run things at them. You know what I mean? So this kid is doing his thing. I mean, I want to see this kid play at least a substantial amount of minutes. You're talking about he's one of the best creative players on the NYCFC 2 team. Yes, he is because this kid is a beast. Play him on the first team.
so I would say if we play Caruso, definitely we need someone to help him out with that balance in the midfield.
Yes.
You definitely have a defensive midfield, and you actually have a number eight that can go up and down. Like a
Yes.
Perea, like a Keaton. But definitely we have to, whenever we play him, we have to settle him in correctly.
One thing that I admired, watching the second team play was how well Johnny Shore and Maximo Carrizo actually would connect in the midfield. I mean, the passes
Yeah.
those two kids would put together were things of beauty. And like once you see Carrizo on the ball and he picks his spot, I mean, like I said, I'm sick of seeing this on the second team. I want to see this on the first team already. This is the type of player that we have developed, right? This is the thing. This kid has been hyped up. We're talking about he's the future of this club. Guys, the future's here already. The future's coming next week against Toronto. The future's going to be in 2 weeks when we come back home. Play the kid.
I think it's a matter of time, and it should be a matter of time, to be honest.
Nico, if you had that air horn thing working right now,
Bro,
shit. Bam, 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 bam.
listen, like, bro, you're preaching to the choir to me. I don't get it. What do we have to lose?
Another match? I mean,
If
we've done that
Maxi
already.
Morales goes out and God forbid gets hurt, what are they gonna do?
Then they're going to
You're
start
gonna
expecting
throw him
90
into
minutes
the
from this kid.
fire anyway. So
Damn.
save Maxi. Let the man fucking walk off the field for his last season and play the kid. He's 17, bro. Get on the fucking pitch. You playing Johnny Shore already. You playing all these young kids. Like,
Seymour Reed came up,
I don't.
Where is Seymour
NYCFC,
Reed?
we are flying towards rock bottom slowly
Where
but
is
surely.
Seymour Reed, first of all?
Nico Cavallo came in,
Striker.
came in
Man,
for Kevin
listen,
O'Toole. I mean, but
whoever, just fucking just play the kid, bro.
we're developing, this is the
You have
thing.
nothing to lose.
This is the thing. This is what David Lee
If
has
we
been doing.
lose, if he plays and we lose, well, we were doing that anyway. So whatever. At least we move
But
on.
listen, at least we have somebody at the helm who we, for the most part, trust. And for that, I'm not. That's why I'm not itching on
Yeah,
bringing
we
on
do. But
Carrizo.
he's not the problem.
He's
No, but you have to
absolutely not.
understand one thing, especially nowadays. You're gonna bring in someone like Carrizo. You have to surround him properly. It's not just
No, I,
about
I
playing him.
get that part, but David Lee has shown that he cannot put the pieces around anything.
No, no, but this is more on the field. Like with Janssen, coaching staff, it's nothing to do
No,
with
I
it.
know, but they have to work with what they got, and that's not going to change. The problems are going to persist no matter if Carrizo's playing or not. The same problems are going to occur.
Yeah, no, but you can make bigger problems.
Barnes is going to keep making mistakes and then say, we need to play better. Nah, bro, you need to play better. Stop, no, you need to play better.
Yeah, I think it's about time that, we stop acquiescing to this attitude that, we're going to develop. Hey, listen, guys, this is the perfect opportunity to get these kids some minutes. Perfect opportunity to continue to develop these players, because what good is development if they're not going to see any substantial first team minutes when they need to see first team minutes?
And then we play Pittsburgh, and if he plays in the Open Cup game, like, what are you really saying? What are
No, I
you
mean, I think
really
that's the
supposed?
perfect time for him to get spotlight.
No, the perfect time is league games to play
But
him.
listen. We start him for an Open Cup game, and then you play him more in the season. Definitely. But I think that is the perfect time to bring him in. Listen, and like I said, you have to understand that. You guys have to understand that aspect. One thing is for us to think certain things about a player, but how
Mhm.
can you make it work? You have to make it work. You have to surround, with the right tools so he can do the best he can.
Yeah.
I don't know if New England was it, but he should definitely start getting minutes because he's getting
He
nothing.
has to be like
Yeah.
consistently playing, bro. Like, I don't
And I think
understand.
that's somebody that created
Dip
creatively
his
that can
toe in the
really get it
water
going.
and then go play for NYCFC too. Like, his dad wants him to play. His dad keeps talking big game.
His
So,
dad's also not the coach, but I mean, he does have a valid point.
but if his dad's saying it, the kid probably feels the same way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing against that. I'm saying I
Yeah,
really
like, and
am
just
on the
let him
kid, play
play.
the kid
What
train.
do
I
you have
mean,
to lose, bro? There's no downfall. Like, if you lose, oh well, like, you're losing
what
already.
and my whole thing is that what is this sport if you're not trying to prove yourself on the biggest stage
And
possible?
if Maxi Morales, God forbid, gets hurt, like, bro, David Lee should literally just resign. He should
Because
resign
yeah, because now you're putting yourselves in a predicament. You don't have a 10. You
because
have a kid who can play the 10, but are you really going to ask him to play 90 minutes of MLS soccer?
he doesn't even have to play 90, but let him play 60. Maxi could finish the last 30. Like,
I think we start out small. We play 30, then if he does well, play 40, then I play him a half, then play him 60. You know?
the problem is they're not playing him at all. He's playing
Yeah,
90
that
minutes
is
at
definitely
NYCFC 2 all the time. He
Yeah.
goes plays
definitely
for
a problem.
US U17s. He's playing all the fucking time.
Yeah, so we got this kid has to get some burn at the major league level. I mean, I'm
Bro,
sorry.
Unless
Maxi,
he's not. Hey, listen. There's things like not doing well in training, not being up to par in training, not being up to par with really the tempo of a senior game. Again, I come back to what I said about Janssen. I trust him to make that judgment. This guy is skilled in
True.
developing young talent. So of course, we also have to remember there's things that we as fans cannot see that we act for them to take the responsibility and make the right judgment. So
listen,
yeah.
if we have Santiago Rodriguez still on this team, I agree with you. Looking at 38, 39-year-old Maxi Morales, and that's the only option, the kid's got to suit up, bro. I don't know what to tell anybody. This isn't like conjecture or a hot take. This is common sense. You're literally gonna kill this guy, bro.
Yeah, I
You've
think
had him play. You've had
yeah.
him
Yeah,
play
we definitely
games
need a
90
we need
minutes,
to have a backup for Maxi though, for
bro.
sure.
He just played Atlanta on turf, and then you just had him play New England on turf. Goddamn near the whole game. You're gonna kill him,
Exactly.
bro. You're gonna kill him. Stop.
Um, but boys, we move on to the next game.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
talk
move on,
about
man. This
the
is
white
really
Jesus
noise.
fucking Christ. I'm hot. Nah, bro, because this shit is irritating, bro. And then in the midst of all this, they're like, oh, yeah, your season tickets are going up. Fuck you. Why don't you go sign somebody? Okay, we have to pay more money for tickets. Stop worrying about the wrong. All that will come.
hmm
Win on the pitch. Win on the pitch. I know it's a foreign concept to them, But if you win, more money will come, more fans will come, there'll be more interest in the team. How the fuck do you want people to spend this money on season tickets and your best player is respectfully Alonso Martinez, Matt Freeze? These guys are great players, but Marquis and now De Bruyne, he's getting offers from Chicago. Miami's got his discovery right, so that's not a slam dunk. And if we don't get De Bruyne in the summer, like what was the plan all along? And I
No,
don't
yeah,
want to
we
hear
want eagerness.
I don't
There's
want to
no
hear it's the
eager at all.
stadium. It's not the stadium. It's not the coach. It's David Lee. He's inept. He's incapable of doing his job. And if he doesn't do what he needs to do in the summer, the man needs to lose his job. I'm sorry. I won't bite my tongue. He needs to lose his job. It is what it is, bro. 2021 was a long time ago. You can't hold on to that forever.
Definitely. I think that we should always be aiming to,
Be
compete
better,
in every
bro.
trophy that we're entered in. I mean, this is what the club tells us
I'm
all the time,
comparing
and
you
we
to
have to put
your
ourselves in that
peers.
position.
I'm comparing you to your peers. Other MLS teams are being extremely aggressive in the way they acquire talent, and you are being so lax, so nonchalant. So stop being a bitch and grab your fucking balls and make a signing. Jesus Christ, bro.
We deserve, I think absolutely we deserve one or two signings of quality in this transfer window, not just kids that they're bringing up to the first team, not
Yeah.
just, no, we're talking about quality soccer players that are going to
So,
help us win games with immediate impact. I mean, there's no other way to say it, Nico. We have to really, really start putting the pressure on David Lee and really make him start questioning why is he waking up and going to work every week?
I
This is
I don't know what
ridiculous
he's been
already.
doing since 2022. Does anyone know what he's been
so
doing?
Listen,
this
I don't know. I mean,
this is definitely the window that he has the most pressure in
he
coming in
really
now.
does. I think,
This is
this
the
is
most, and it should be. It
I
should
wish
definitely
I
one
had
of
this pulled up, but if I can remember correctly, his DP signings are Talis Magno,
someone on loan who's never coming back,
Thiago Martins,
someone on loan who's never coming back.
No, Thiago
Mitritas.
Martins is playing.
He is, but he'll never be worth the DP. We could argue about that. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. It's not good. It's not good enough. You see the moves other teams are making, and like we're New York City FC. We're not acting like it. We need to be yeah, I know we won the cup the way we won the cup. Like that 2021 team was 10, 15, 20 times better than this fucking team we got right
And
now.
why Nico?
Exactly.
Why Nico? It had depth.
Because of
There
Claudio
was
Reyna, that's
depth
why.
everywhere. You had a
Claudio
front
Reyna.
starter and you had a backup for them. But talking about quality signings, you're saying Felix. I guess what you would, I don't know what you would consider a quality signing, but at least a quality signing would be a starter, someone who starts your game. We need
Hmm.
possibly two starters, and we need at least three more players depth.
Exactly.
We're not talking about no, at least some kind of ability, experience. And again, we trust the coaches to know what they're doing, but it's up to the FO to go get them.
Yes,
And
I really feel that.
all these rants that we can make, all these rants that everybody can make, again, the proof is going to be the pudding in the summer.
Hmm.
And I hate that we have this build up. Like we have to help, like wait for a savior. And again, this is the most pressure, and this should be the most pressure the FO gets for any
Exactly.
transfer window ever for NYCFC. Because it's the weakest NYCFC has been ever, I think,
Yes.
quality wise and on paper.
The thing is that I think we're looking to throw all of our eggs into the Kevin De Bruyne basket, which
I
is
didn't even
never going
know
to be
they're
the
doing
smartest
that.
thing. It's not going to be the smartest thing to do if FO is trying to make a play for that. What I think we need to do right now, when I say quality, we'll get guys who are proven MLS players, proven MLS starters, proven international players if possible. Proven quality, and I think that that's something that we really, really need to start investing in. A couple quality starters, a couple of quality bench players at key positions we're notoriously weak at, positions that have not been addressed in a couple of transfer windows and have become huge holes at this point.
I agree.
I
Because
mean,
we've had the same
yeah,
holes for the last three transfer windows. We
yeah,
had the same holes we had throughout the whole entire last season. Left back, center back, definitely in the midfield.
Yeah.
I can really say only the forward positions that were pretty much good now, but we still need an extra striker just in case one of them goes down.
Yeah. Well, what's Bear up to right now?
So at this point, I think he'll be happy to come back. He always comments on our stuff. So, I think
Exactly,
he'll be
man.
happy.
Herbert would love to be in
Niggas
back in New
used
York.
to yesterday. We need Jesus himself to return.
Oh
That's
man.
what we need to save this
Just give Andy Bahania a call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
just call,
you
call
know,
Andy. Yo, someone call Andy right now.
shouts to the homie Andy behind you. What's good, homie?
Oh, to
What's it
President
called? But yeah,
Bahania.
boys. After all this David Lee fan club news,
Yes.
what are your predictions
Yeah,
for this Saturday?
Well, we got,
where's the moves? I wish I was going to Toronto to go smoke on Kroskis and Utes. Bunch of yo, fam, you left. Yo, you hold on. This is what I'm thinking. You guys talk. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Hold on.
okay, Toronto, Toronto is they're in a bad way, and when you really look at it, what can you expect at this point? Toronto right now is in 14th place.
So if we drop points, if we lose,
Yeah.
really, Jesus
You
Christ.
guys
This
want
is
to know what I think?
what's up.
It's a bit too low, bro.
Yes, I think it's a bit too low. There was a point that Nico was trying to make there, but
God damn it, it's too
Just
low.
say it. You do the accent. Do the accent.
No.
are you trying to play something from South Park?
No, it's probably one of the Krosky memes and videos.
Oh
That
my
would
God.
suck.
All right,
Listen,
so we better be smoking Utes.
Yeah, Kroskis.
yes. So for those who don't know, Nico, do you mind explaining?
What?
Do you mind explaining, the Krosky thing?
Oh yeah, just a bunch of Toronto Kroskis that think they're about to get smoked by some Utes. It's just the way they talk, bro. They're stupid as fuck. They all think they're Drake. They're
Oh my,
retarded. Like
oh my
they don't know
God.
what they're doing up there,
Freedom
bro.
and them, all that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Freedom Man,
Bro,
them.
they
They're
just
just
copy
from
and
New
paste from
York.
England.
They're
It's
not New
crazy.
York. Bim Bap, Kiz Cap, fucking Krosky Ute, whatever the fuck. Baloney, they be talking.
Tell them why you mad, bro.
I'm not mad,
It's
bro.
Grilly Cheese. He's always mad.
It
Fuck you,
good
Sean
chi.
Johnson. How about that? Fuck you.
Fuck Sean
Yeah.
Johnson, bro. Yeah, listen, you did
I
you
love
pulled
you
the okey
though,
doke
but
on us.
fuck you. I just had to say that because you
Listen,
talk shit about the fans on the way out. So fuck
yeah,
you.
he kind of did. So I mean, we don't co-sign. So guys, I mean, Toronto's last five. I mean, they are in decent
They're
form. With
trash.
they're lost, draw, and they won this past game. So I really am biting my tongue and saying that these should be 3 points that we got to pick up, but these are 3 points that we absolutely have to pick up this weekend. There's no if or ands about it. I mean, I hope that Pascal Janssen plays our strongest lineup against these guys in our best formation because we cannot go back to playing how we played, how we looked this past weekend.
Yo,
And,
We definitely need the most
yeah,
balance for this lineup.
our
Enough with
strongest
the
lineup
experiments.
might be South Bronx United. They might need to call NYC Footy out in this bitch.
shouts to Andrew. So,
Yeah, bro. They.
you know, it's getting thin, man. I mean, we really have to, we're getting a couple of guys back from injury, but I really need this club to really step up this weekend and collect these 3 points.
And I hope the are, you know, they're getting healthy enough and they're at the 100%. They're recovering the right way. We need Pereira to be 100%. We need Tavon to be 100% because, again, Mitia can't be playing every game.
Mm-hmm.
We're blessed enough to have at least one of the rare positions to have two quality players.
Exactly.
So we need, hopefully, they get to full fitness ASAP if they're not there already. So then we can start tinkering lineups. Like, for example, I love Johnny Shore, but let's have somebody physical in the six again. Let's
Yeah.
have Penny in the six again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have Keaton next to him. And then maybe I think that is the best place, the best time to put in Carrizo. You
Yeah.
put him in front of those two players of Keaton, Perea, people that can help him. I think that would be a good addition. But honestly speaking, from what it's looking like, from what Janssen is saying, from what he's done on the field, we're more likely to have Wolf or Fernandez in a 10
Mm-hmm.
behind the striker than Carrizo. But anyway, regardless of that, is having players back opens up options. And with that being said, let's have someone like Pereira step up and maybe even start the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fit enough. Have a physical six, and then that can help a lot.
Get Tavon in there. We get Tavon back in the mix. We have Andres Pereira back in the mix. I mean, I think we're getting key guys back at a key time.
We need a
And like I said, I'm just hoping that we play the strongest 11 that we have for this coming weekend. We absolutely need points in such a big way right now. I mean, the Red Bulls are in ninth right now, so I mean, we're this win, just basically leapfrogs us over there. So,
Yeah, it's still
um,
a tight table. I mean, it's still the beginning of the season, so 3 points can get you up one spot or can get you up 3 spots. It just
yeah,
depends on
exactly.
what everybody else is doing.
What's up, Nico? You got something to say?
I don't know if I want to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
We're
Just
not
to
gonna we're
keep
not gonna
things
mention it. We're not gonna
below,
mention it right
but
now.
we'll talk about that after. But Lord
Mm-hmm.
Jesus,
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm saying. So these guys are coming up at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned Toronto's 14th. So again, you don't even have to look at the track record. I mean, we should be the
bro,
better
I
team.
don't care if it's an own goal, 1-0. Just get it done.
Yes.
Get it the
Something.
fuck done.
Something,
Go
guys.
there to the Great White North, eat some poutine, Utes,
Not in Toronto.
Kroskis,
Yeah, they don't eat poutine in
fucking
Toronto, I think.
swipe
Uh,
off all the Kroskis and the Utes. They're flying like because they look like goblins around you. Just do all your kung fu and get out of there with 3 points and come back. Come back to America, kid.
Come back to
so what are your
America.
what are your predictions then? Just out of
Bro,
Um,
nothing, bro. Somehow, some
do
way,
nothing.
NYCFC like got the
I think, yo, I'm
Felix, you said three
$250.
nothing.
two. No, I said no, 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 no. I didn't say.
Oh, I'm
I
trying
said
to
that last week, and I had to eat my
Yo, don't
words.
tempt me, bro. Don't fucking tempt me. I'll do it.
what?
Yo, we about to smoke these dudes for nothing, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck is a Krosky, Drake, Justin Bieber, Tim Hortons, Rogers?
You know what I
Fuck is a
mean?
Rogers? I crossed over the Canadian border. All of a sudden, my phone said I had Rogers.
Yeah,
Fuck is that?
I don't know, man. I want to say a two zip, a
No,
tidy two zip
for
road
Nah, I
win
nothing.
hear you.
for nothing.
David Lee is gonna suit up and fucking score a hat trick.
Nico's gonna send us a
That's more
screenshot
that's
of
more
his
possible than a
parlay.
4-0, bro. To be honest.
Nico's gonna send us a screenshot of his parlay this coming weekend, and how
Yo,
much
hold
money
up.
he's gonna put on
You know
this
what's funny,
for
G?
zip.
While we're talking about it, let me
Oh, he's gonna
check
do it. He's gonna do
how
it.
much money you would make if you guys
David Lee
don't.
scores a hat trick.
Well, I looked this up. If David Lee scores a
Top boy,
hat
top
trick,
boy.
I will apologize for absolutely nothing I've said.
What's it called? So I hate that I always say these safer score lines
Mhm.
You're like,
1-2-1
well,
because it always seems that way.
gonna
But
be
I'll
0-0.
freaking 2-1 we win.
2-1 us.
And yep, 2-1 and I
2-1.
just pull it out of their ass some way or another.
It's to me.
Why not?
I'm always going to be confident going into playing Toronto. I will always be confident about that.
Yo, if you
So
bet $10 on 4-0,
mhm.
you would win $900 if that hit.
Oh man, let's go. Season tickets on Nico. Let's go, baby.
$4?
$10, right? $10, right?
$10 and
$10?
win you 900 if NYCFC wins 4-0.
Woo.
What score predictions you say 2-1?
I was two zip.
That was 2-1.
$10 to win you 150, and for 2-1, $10 to win you 100.
Oh, not bad. Good thing I don't
What?
gamble.
That's actually a
If
good.
you're
It's
if
definitely
you're
good odds.
now if you're like me, a guy who loves stats and realistic things happening,
Captain Degeneracy over
yeah,
here.
Like a
I
four
have to
nothing.
use logic over here. If you bet $10 on NYCFC to win 11-0, you win 2,500.
Wow. You know something? This is what I do. I don't gamble. I can't do it. I just
I
can't
mean,
imagine the other
anyone who
side of
would
that.
place a
Predicted
bet
11
on
nothing.
that,
Yeah.
anyone who would ever place that bet literally needs to call the number.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, if
They
you
need to call the number.
listen, after this show, a lot of people are gonna freaking text us their parlays or message us their parlays, and Guys, we do not take any responsibility for any money we lose this weekend.
If you bet 11-0 on the game, that's not our
That's
fault.
that's not our fault, guys. Think logically here. Bet
Like
with your head,
literally
guys.
anything in your life based off anything we say, Lord Jesus.
Listen, I
We
understand why
need help.
people are confident going into this match. I mean, listen, our recent form against Toronto, both times we played them last year, we beat them 3-2. We beat them 2-1 in
We
March of
like playing against Sean
2024.
Johnson,
Nick
I'll tell you
Cushing
that.
punched a 19-year-old in the face.
So
Yeah. Mm.
muffed
And
them.
I like what is it? How many? I think the times we played Sean Johnson probably been like four, and we beat him probably like three times.
Yeah,
So
so shouts to Sean Johnson.
for allowing us to score.
Thanks for the cup and
Thanks for the
like
cup, but not much else, man. Now you're all you eating is a cup of ramen. So, so gentlemen,
all just because you wanted to go hang out with Drake.
Kendrick Lamar ended his career. Sorry.
Yeah. How about that?
There you go.
What a failure, bro. Insigne, Bernadette, Sean Johnson, and you can't even make the playoffs, bro. Ooh.
Exactly. I mean, those were not that the experiment
What is
that
it with
Sean
the
Johnson just had to go running towards.
what is it with the Italians in Toronto FC? I've always been fascinated by it.
You know, it's funny because like Montreal's owner is Italian, and Toronto's probably not. So the fact that they're like luring over all the Italians is so funny.
They wanted to play in MLS, but I guess they didn't want to play in the US.
Wait, isn't doesn't Toronto play in BMO Field?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I mean, BMO is it's all over Canada.
I
yeah,
know,
they're
but
yeah.
like, just like, Toronto and
It's
Montreal
like if we
FC.
played at Red Bull Arena. I mean, we do.
Oh wait, it'd be like
No,
it's like
now it's Sports Illustrated Stadium.
yeah, yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
stay. Don't change the
I mean,
thing.
they're
It's
helping
not the
us. They're helping us use that.
magazine, it's the website. That's what somebody said. It was like, oh, that makes it so much better.
Makes no sense at all.
That'd be like if NYCFC's new fucking stadium was Blockbuster Arena. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like fucking Sports
Facts.
Illustrated.
We're bringing back Blockbuster, guys. That's
Yeah, bro. Like,
it.
come on. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But we should beat Toronto, and then we have off for like until the next Sunday when we play Cincy. But
May
let's
the
not get too
fourth.
ahead of ourselves. But
Oh
the
my
game
God!
this
Wait,
the
we
game
played
this
Cincy. We got to beat them. Last time we played them, we beat them.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they got Evander
nice.
now, so that's gonna be tough. But we're at home, so we got a shot. And fuck, then we play Pittsburgh.
US Open Cup. It's gonna be a tough
Oh
couple
no,
few games coming up.
did we play Montreal first, or we play Pittsburgh at home? Oh,
No, we
Montreal at home
play
or
we
Pittsburgh?
play we play Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and then Montreal on that
Oh
Saturday.
wow! So yeah, we have 3 games that week.
Hmm.
It's a Sunday, Wednesday, and a Saturday.
That's gonna be tough, man.
We were talking about depth.
Yo, that
This is where we're gonna have to
Saturday,
show it right now.
listen. It's tough out here, man. We're trying to sell you guys on the dream. We're not gonna sit here and lie about it. This is
No, I
pure
mean we say it
fucking
how it is.
delusion coming out of our mouths. That you should not. You should be way more realistic. We we're delusional. Okay, we were there in 2021. We saw what
We
delusion
saw
can
the
bring.
impossible happen.
Yes, the impossible has happened, and it wasn't Bartolo Colon hitting the home run. It was NYCFC winning an MLS Cup.
Yeah.
Hear that, Red Bull? You hear that, Philly?
They not like wait, guys. Even though we don't like to reminisce too much,
No, fuck that. I fucking all I do is watch old highlights because that's all I got. That's
feed it
all I
into my
got,
veins. That's
bro.
it, man. The glory days. But guys, and no matter what, I mean, I feel like we're gonna be going. We're getting back there.
Shout out to anyone who's going to Toronto. I think a couple people are going. I was supposed to go, but life hit me with a fucking and then as soon as I was almost about to recover from it, hit me with another one. So I got hit with a two-piece of reality. So
Hmm.
I will be traveling to DC though, and I will be traveling to Montreal. With Cesar will be coming to Montreal. I don't know about DC, but if he comes to DC, we outside.
Right.
Yeah, and
And shout out
fuck
to hey,
it.
first of all, just shout out to everyone in New
Yeah, shout out to
England.
everyone who went to New
We
Yeah,
England,
said
man. Shout
what
out
shout
to
to
you,
y'all,
man.
man. You know, thank
yeah,
Yo,
you,
hold
you
the
road
appreciate
fuck
warriors
that.
out here.
hold the fuck up. Why were they serving grilled cheese at the tailgate, bro?
And you weren't there.
And
It
I
was
wasn't there, bro. It's
listen,
fucked up.
listen. I think it's shouts out to Third Rail Connecticut. They always they always grill it up for the New England
Yeah, I was
tailgate.
grilling.
So
Yep.
No
Shout out to
pun
them.
intended.
no pun intended. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it was something that they were shouting you out particularly, but
I don't think so, but I just thought it was
it's
funny. I'm like, hey,
coincidental. There's no
yeah.
coincidences in this world. So definitely. Yeah, guys, I mean, we look ahead to Toronto, we get those points, and then we're back home, guys. We're back home again, back home drums. It's gonna get crazy,
In the next 3 games, we need at least 4 to 6 points.
Yes, I think that's gonna be we absolutely do. And we
Yeah.
can't, something that I saw this weekend and something that I did see, against Atlanta is this: we were playing down to our competition. I really feel like this is going to be a time where the club has to start realizing we have to play our game,
Bro,
not
we
play down
need
our
these
opponent, and
wins.
we just pick up points, and pick up
We
points.
need these
And that's the
wins.
thing. To play our game, we need the right balance, and we got to consistently have the right balance, and hopefully people stay healthy, man. Because
Yes,
they're even if you bring in youngsters, like to have everybody believe. I mean, this should be being done in the training route. To have everybody believe a certain system. Next man up. If somebody goes down, fill in the role. Do
exactly.
what to do. Hopefully, that's being
Listen,
implemented, and that's gonna be the determining factor
that's what they
for the
get
summer.
paid to do. That's why they get paid.
So they can get the big bucks.
I was gonna say big bucks, but not all of them are making big bucks, unfortunately.
I mean,
They're
considering for the
making more
normal
than us
person,
playing
it is
soccer. I
pretty
mean,
big.
come on.
Yeah,
I
they make a
mean,
pretty
yeah,
good
but I
amount.
would hope so. They work their whole goddamn life
Exactly. I mean,
for one
shit.
thing.
To play this game, to play the game
Well,
that we wanted to play.
study years of study you have to probably make the smallest amount a player makes for NYCFC a lot. So I mean, listen, no matter how much they're making, they
Exactly. You
gotta
made
add.
sacrifices to get there. And we love each and every one of you guys. Respect each and every one of you guys
MLS
as
league
well.
minimum salary is 104,000 on the senior roster. The reserve
Yeah,
minimum salary for
exactly.
players on the remaining slots is $80,622, or as Andrew Tucker would call it, chump change.
Shouts to the homeboy Andrew Tucker. Hope you're listening, baby.
All right. Well, that's it for us. But it's tough, guys. The boat is rocking. We haven't capsized yet, but oof, we're in some turbulent, tough waters right
But
now.
listen, food for thought, guys. You got to stick it out now because when things get good, you're gonna appreciate these moments and
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
the whole journey.
That's why,
Hey, listen, as I always say, en las buenas y en las
Y las
malas.
malas, no matter
That's it,
what.
man.
you only realize it's the good times once it's over.
Definitely. That's facts, guys. Like, hey,
Well, this is the New York Nobodies, and thank you for listening to our bullshit, and we are out.
all right,
Boys,
guys.
Deuce.
guys, have a good one. Take
Peace.
care.
Take care, guys. Have a great one.